All right.
All right, Coach, what you got for us?
Just, great win. Syracuse undefeated at home this year. Coach Q does a great job. They got a lot of nice talent. And I just, it wasn't very pretty. We didn't shoot it great, but we just hung in there and proud of that. Obviously start out with Raina Perez, 6 assists, 0 turnovers against a press all day long. Hit 7 for 7 free throws, especially in the clutch down the stretch. Elisa Kanane, 7 for 7 from the line. But star of the game has to be Jada Boyd, double-double. Just did an unbelievable job on the boards and made some big plays on down the stretch there too when she stole a rebound back and was able to put it back in. I thought that was really the play of the game. So, but just everybody did a great job and hung in there. Couldn't be prouder of them to finish the regular season up here with a big road win.
Corey.
Coach Moore, I know I talked to Jada earlier about this, but for you guys to have made 16 3-pointers in your last game and then go 1 of 9 today, obviously a disappointment in that sense, but what does it say about how versatile this offense is to be able to still pull out a win when you're not having success shooting outside?
Yeah. Have you ever shot in this place?
I have not, no.
It's not easy. It's a indoor football stadium. And so there's not much of a background. But, we have shot the ball. We actually won up here 2 years ago too, which was remarkable. But, it's a tough place sometimes. We came over early this morning and got shots up but we just couldn't get them to drop. And, at halftime we talked about, we got to get the ball inside. We got to get Elisa Kanane touches. She had 4 shots at halftime, ended up with 11, but again, she shot 7 free throws also. So it was a rough day. But to me, that's what it's about. I think y'all need to realize if everybody was going to have their same game every day, there'd be no reason to play the game. We just throw stats out there and say, okay, this team's better, they win or whatever. You have good days, you have bad days shooting the ball. But again, what we talk about all the time is on a bad day, which today we were 1 for 9 from 3. We were able to win the rebound battle. We were able to, like I said, handle the press pretty well, considering how good they are at it. We actually had fewer turnovers than they did. So we did the little things and found a way to win. So, but we need Elisa to be up around 15 shots a game or so, really, to have the kind of balance we want. And so we did that. We got the ball to the rim. And I thought Syracuse did a great job of taking the 3 away out of their zone. I thought they did an awesome job of closing out hard. Y'all, we had 11 shots blocked. Okay. So again, got to give them credit. They did a nice job defensively.
I wanted to ask you about something before the game too, presenting the trophy to Tiana. Obviously this is her last game. You guys wanted to do something special for her, but what went into that? What was the motivation behind that?
That was the players. I just think everyone in our program, and I would safe to say in the ACC, just respects the heck out of Kiana, what she's been through. I respected her before she went through her battle with cancer, just the top player. She leads the world in assists, which is unbelievable. But for her then to come back 1 year after battling breast cancer is just amazing. And I'm proud of our players for recognizing that and wanting to show her the respect and honor that she deserves. So pretty special.
Thanks, Wes.
James.
Hey, Wes, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Talked earlier about how much Q does with that Syracuse team. They really throw a lot at you defensively with the pressure and then the zone. Sometimes they go man. Is that a good opponent for you guys heading into the ACC tournament because you may kind of face different looks each night?
Nah, probably not. I wasn't excited about coming up here. I can tell you that. But, they do. They obviously the zone is their staple, just like Jim Boeheim. They play that zone. They make it hard on you. But then halfway through the shot clock, they'll switch to man. if I call something on the sideline, they'll switch to man or they'll switch to zone. So he keeps you really guessing. Same way in the press. Sometimes it's a diamond press, zone, full court. Sometimes it's half court. Then all of a sudden they're in man-to-man. Their face guard denying you. We fell in love with a little, 4-across scheme there for a little while. We turned it over a couple of times, and then we got back to just doing what we do, and that's try to clear it out a little bit more and get the traffic out of there. So, our players did a great job of overcoming my delay in making that switch back. But again, you're right. They make it miserable. I'd probably rather have a root canal than come up here and play against this team. So great win.
Thanks, Wes.
Lawrence.
Hey, Coach, great game. You guys right now are projected to be a number 2 seed in the NCAA playoffs or tournament. Do you feel like that adds any extra pressure to you guys heading into the ACC tournament to kind of prove yourself?
Nah, we don't talk about that stuff. We got to talk about what we have to do to get better and get momentum. And, I think we've done that the last couple of weeks. You're right. Today was a tough day. It's just hard. It's a different look than you'll see against most people. So today wasn't pretty, but, at least we found a way to win. And, probably the first time in my life, sorry, Jeff Walls, I'll be pulling for the Irish today. So I may even go Catholic for a couple hours. I don't know. But again, it's we can't worry about all that, the seedings and all that stuff. We just got to play the game. And so our expectations are high. So, internally, so it doesn't matter.
JB Ricks.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I wanted to go back to your comments after the, I believe it was the Clemson victory. You said you wanted this team to play angry for the remainder of the season, or for the final stretch of the season, and you guys won all those games, excluding today, by a minimum of 19 points. Is this team playing with that anger that you wanted them to play with after that Clemson victory?
I don't think I said anger, JB. Come on. Surely I didn't say anger. But, I definitely need them to understand. I want them to play with some toughness, with a chip on their shoulder, so to speak. We got great kids. These young ladies, they are unbelievable people, just based on what they did today, even with Kiana and recognizing her. But sometimes you got to change, and it's hard. Sometimes you got to flip a switch and change that personality when you step between the lines, and you want them to have a little edge about them when they're on the court, and then be able to walk away with it. And so I think we've played with a little more edge and a little more toughness, and we got to keep that up. When we're a step slow, or when we're not not right on edge, ready to make a play, we're not nearly as good.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Justin.
Coach, you guys got your money in the paint today on offense, and I know Elisa gets a lot of the attention, but what does it mean to your team when you get a game like Jada Boyd delivered today, and how tough is that on opposing defenses when you've got 2 elite level threats down low that you have to account for in Elisa and Jada?
Yeah, obviously Jada Boyd, she's more of a hybrid. She plays outside, inside, but she's just tough matchup. She's our most athletic kid. So with her size and her athleticism, she can get up to the rim and make some plays and grab some important rebounds. Like I said, a double-double today is remarkable. If we're going to be great, if we're going to take it to the next level, we got to have Jada Boyd playing at a high level. And, she's her hardest critic. She gets down on herself and hangs her head a little bit. Hopefully this helps her going into the postseason to have a little more confidence. But we need her to have her mojo, have her energy, and play like she did today. Because, we had a couple people have rough days today, just didn't play as well. So Jada Boyd had to really pick us up, and she did a great job.
And as a quick follow-up about, the production in the post, another player that's really emerged here, particularly down the stretch in conference plays, Camille Hobby. What does it say about, her being able to play 10 minutes, give Elisa a little bit of rest on the bench, and how valuable is she on coming from the bench?
Yeah, I think it's very important. You know, Elisa, she picked up one foul in the backcourt and could have almost picked up another one in the backcourt. So I took her out with about 2 minutes left in the half and just explained to her, we don't need her fouling 94 feet away from the other team's bucket. So Camille obviously keeps us fresh. Camille's a scoring threat. You know, she knocked down a big three today when she went in and things were kind of iffy there. She hit a big three for us. So yeah, there's no doubt it's a great luxury to have somebody can go in there, whether it's to spell Elisa, whether it's foul trouble, or whether we just need a lift. Like I said, I think there's times when she can come in and give us a little jolt of energy. So yeah, it's great having that, no doubt.
Thanks, Coach.
Are you going to take two more, Jonas?
Coach, you talked about playing with an edge a couple questions ago. This year, you guys are going to the ACC tournament as the defending champs, which means you'll be the hunted and not the hunter. What kind of different edge do your team have to play with this week in Greensboro?
Yeah, and it's really to me the seeding doesn't matter, 1 or 2. Obviously you'd like to be the regular season champ, so that's where it'd be neat. But the seeding doesn't matter because I think right now, like teams could finish anywhere from 3 seed to a 7 or 8 seed. That's how tight it is. That's how competitive it is this year, top to bottom in the ACC. We know we're going to have our hands full. It's great to get the double bye. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. I want it. I love it. But that also means your first game, you're playing somebody really, really good and that's already played a tournament game. I think it's to their advantage, at least in the first half of that first game that we play. But I also think if your aspirations are to win the tournament, you need that double bye. So you only have to win 3 games instead of maybe playing 4 or 5. So definitely we know, it's going to be a big challenge. Last year was, Cinderella. I mean, great story, great ending to our season. But, the flip side of that is our kids know they can do it. They've been there. So hopefully that'll outweigh the other and we'll just realize, hey, we can get this done. So hopefully we'll go over there with confidence.
All right. Last question from James, Inside Pack Sports.
Hey, Wes, you talked about Jada already. She was just won 6th Man of the Year. And you've mentioned before she can be a starter for you on this team. But
yeah.
What type of an advantage does that give you when you can bring a player of her ability off the bench like that? Because a lot of teams can't bring that type of firepower.
Right. Yeah. I agree. That's what I'm saying. If we're going to take this to the next level, last year they said we'd have been a number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament. And that's all great. But we know, we got to compete with the top teams in the country now if we want to get where we want to get. Our expectations are raised. We need Jada Boyd to be great. And, it is. I say we have 6 starters. That's the way I look at it. We got 6 starters. I could shuffle them around. Jada Boyd had a setback with a knee injury. She missed a couple of weeks, few weeks, whatever. So it's just kind of worked out that way. But I do think it's a big advantage having somebody like that coming in and give you a jolt of energy, give you a lift when maybe things are a little bit shaky. And so definitely she's a big part of where we are right now and where we'd like to go.
All right. Thanks, Coach.